Just a second, I'm just checking that we are live or not. Yes, we are live. So I'm here with, I will be discussing few lines from the Neville, and that is the most important aspect of this conscious manifestation or law of assumption, whatever you want to say. I think I'm audible correctly. Just a second. Yeah. So I will be picking a few lines from the Neville lecture and I will explain that. Plus, I will be with those whomever I'm working with currently, because I'm not taking new clients, I will be very strict from now on rules. Okay, what are going to be the rules? I will discuss that after I finish this portion of the Neville. Okay. Because consciousness is the only reality, I must assume that I am all that which I desire to be. If I do not believe that I am already what I want to be, then I remain as I am and I am this limitation. So if we all know that consciousness is the only reality. Whatever you are conscious of, you are manifesting that. Your conscious mind is putting signals, thought into your subconscious, and it's getting reflected into your 3D world. Because consciousness is the only reality, I must assume that I am already which I desire to be. If I desire to be a millionaire, then I have to assume those scenarios where I am earning like tons and tons of money. And if I want to manifest a marriage, I should assume that I am the wife of that person. If I assume that XYZ thing, whatever you want to assume, like you want to crack an exam, NEET, JEE, any other exam, whatever you are preparing for, you have to assume that I already have done it. So basically, next line I will be reading the next line and then I will explain that the limitation. If I do not believe that I am already what I want to be, if I do not believe that I am what I want to be, then I remain as I am and die in this limitation. If you can't believe that I have this thing, belief means having state of wish fulfillment, or to assume that it's already been done. Because okay, I'm back. Man is always looking for some props on which he can lean. He's always looking for some excuses to justify the failure. This revolution gives men no excuse for failure. His concept of himself, I'll come back to that line. Men is always looking for some props on which to lean. I have few people like, I don't have SP because he has done this. I don't have this my manifestation because my husband did this. I don't have my manifestation because of this, because of that. So there's always an excuse. There's always an excuse. And naturally, I do not have this because of this. I do not have this because of this. The limiting beliefs, the circumstances, the old stories. So man is always looking for some props on which he can lean. He's always looking for some excuses to justify his failures. I am not able to maintain my good mental diet because I was thinking about my old story. I was thinking about something, and that is I am manifesting. This revelation gives men no excuse for failure, because if you are conscious of that whatever I am doing right now is I am doing or I am thinking from the state of not having it, from the old story, from the dead man, those who know Neville, they know who the dead man is, the old man, then you are justifying your failures. His concept of himself is the cause of all the circumstances. I can't have this. I can't have this, because of his low self-concept or whatever you want to say. All the changes first come from within himself. All changes comes from within himself. And if he does not change, and if it does not change outside, why? Because it does not changed within. Man does not like to feel that he's solely responsible for the condition of his life. So I will be highlighting few things. So few of us get our ego get hurts, and I am observing this from many of my clients. And because of that, I stop giving them advices, because then they will come and, you are giving me your limiting belief, you are telling me this, you are telling me this, plus the resentment which they have for their specific goals. Because of that xyz person or coach or sp or this and that, because of this I do not have uh, him or her or their respective desires. So ego get hurts, but you have to understand that you are the only person who's responsible, that why do you do not have your manifestation yet. So you have to take the responsibility of that, and you have to change your inner self, so that your outer 3D world can change. This is the answer to every. If you are struggling in the 3D world, if you are struggling with this, like why 3D is not changing, because you are not changed, because nothing changed over here, then why you are expecting that something will change outside? I hope I am making sense, and you are getting the idea that where you are going wrong. From the times many of his here he's talking about Jesus. I will skip that portion of the Bible. Instead of trying to change others through instead of trying to change others through arguments and force, let me tell you that your consciousness is the higher level, and it automatically change if you change yourself. There's no one to change but yourself. The self is simply your awareness, your consciousness, and the world in which it lives determine the concept you hold of yourself, your self concept, how you define yourself. I'm absolute failure, I'm this and this, I don't want to repeat that. Whatever you want to repeat, that is the thing I'm talking about. uh, it is the consciousness that we must turn as the only reality, for there is no clear conception of the origin. Okay, I'll remove that. Yeah. Just a second. There's something very interesting I read out. Remain faithful to the knowledge of your consciousness, your I amness, your awareness of being aware of your only reality. It is the rock on which all phenomena are being explained, that you have to change yourself. There's no explanation outside of that. I know of no clear conception of the origin of Hadausen. You simply okay. You are already that which you seek, and you have to change no one but yourself. So this is the thing. Okay, hello shining star. So you have to understand that there's only one person who has to change, and that person is you. Your limiting belief, your limiting assumptions. I hope you understand this point. So why I am doing this live to describe that you have to change yourself, because I am working with few people, like it's for some of them, Pavitra, if you are listening to this, skip, I'm not talking about you. Okay. Or those who are working in the SP manifestation course, I am not. So here I say Pavitra, and here is Pavitra. Pavitra, do not associate this with yourself, because your problem is something else. Okay, where I was, yes, I'm working with few people, like 5, 6, 7 months, almost a year, and there's no concrete movement. When I say this, I am the person who always